In the quiet town of Oakwood, nestled among ancient oaks and mist-covered hills, a peculiar mystery began to unfold. It all started on a foggy autumn evening when the townspeople noticed strange lights flickering in the old abandoned mansion on the outskirts of town. The mansion, known as Blackthorn Manor, had stood vacant for decades, shrouded in tales of tragedy and the paranormal. Rumors spread like wildfire through Oakwood's close-knit community. Some claimed to have seen shadowy figures moving behind the mansion's dusty windows, while others swore they heard eerie whispers carried on the wind. A local historian, Professor Elias Hawthorne, became obsessed with unraveling the secrets of Blackthorn Manor. He delved deep into the town's archives, unearthing forgotten journals and letters that hinted at a dark past involving a reclusive aristocrat named Lord Sinclair. According to the records, Lord Sinclair had lived in seclusion at Blackthorn Manor in the late 19th century after a scandalous affair that had left his reputation in tatters. He was said to have conducted bizarre experiments in the mansion's hidden laboratories, dabbling in alchemy and the occult. Legend had it that he sought to unlock the secrets of immortality, driven mad by grief and remorse. As Professor Hawthorne pieced together the fragments of history, strange occurrences began to plague Oakwood. Livestock vanished without a trace, crops withered overnight, and villagers reported vivid nightmares of being chased through dark corridors by unseen forces. Some blamed it on the curse of Lord Sinclair, while others whispered of a vengeful spirit unleashed from the depths of Blackthorn Manor. One stormy night, a group of brave souls from Oakwood ventured into the mansion, determined to uncover the truth. Armed with lanterns and trembling courage, they navigated the labyrinthine halls, guided by Professor Hawthorne's maps and cryptic clues. They encountered locked doors that creaked open on their own, cold drafts that whispered through the corridors, and a pervasive sense of dread that seemed to permeate the very walls. Deep within the heart of Blackthorn Manor, they discovered a hidden chamber adorned with arcane symbols and crumbling tomes. Among the dusty shelves, they found Lord Sinclair's journal, a testament to his descent into madness and obsession with eternal life. The final entry spoke of a ritual to transcend mortality, a ritual that required a sacrifice of unimaginable darkness. Just as they uncovered this chilling revelation, a chilling presence materialized before them, a spectral figure cloaked in shadow, eyes burning with ancient fury. It was the restless spirit of Lord Sinclair himself, bound to the mansion by his insatiable thirst for power. With a bone-chilling wail, the spirit lunged at the intruders, unleashing a torrent of otherworldly energy. In the chaos that ensued, the mansion seemed to tremble with anger, walls groaning and floors cracking beneath their feet. The brave explorers fled in terror, clutching Lord Sinclair's journal as their only proof of the horrors they had witnessed. As they emerged into the cool night air, Blackthorn Manor stood silent once more, its secrets buried in darkness. To this day, the mystery of Blackthorn Manor haunts the town of Oakwood. Some say the mansion still whispers in the wind, calling out to those who dare to seek its secrets. Others believe it to be nothing more than a cautionary tale, a reminder of the dangers that lurk in the shadows of our own desires. Yet, one thing remains certain. The legacy of Lord Sinclair and his cursed mansion will continue to cast a long shadow over Oakwood for generations to come. Years passed since that fateful night at Blackthorn Manor, but the events remained etched in the memories of Oakwood's inhabitants like a lingering nightmare. The town settled back into its quiet rhythms, though whispers of the mansion's curse still circulated among the locals. Some swore they occasionally glimpsed faint lights flickering in the windows of Blackthorn Manor on moonless nights, while others claimed to hear faint echoes of unearthly cries carried on the wind. Professor Elias Hawthorne, despite his advancing years, remained haunted by the mysteries of Blackthorn Manor. He spent countless nights poring over Lord Sinclair's journal, trying to decipher the cryptic passages that hinted at forbidden knowledge and dark rituals. The journal itself seemed to possess a malevolent aura, its pages emitting an unsettling chill whenever he turned them. One chilly autumn evening, as the leaves turned golden and the air grew crisp, Professor Hawthorne received an unexpected visitor at his cluttered study. A young woman named Evelyn Reed, a descendant of one of Oakwood's oldest families, stood nervously at his doorstep. She had inherited an old locket passed down through generations, adorned with a strange symbol that bore an uncanny resemblance to those described in Lord Sinclair's journal. Evelyn, pale and trembling, explained that she had been plagued by vivid dreams ever since she inherited the locket. Dreams of a shadowy figure beckoning her towards Blackthorn Manor, whispering secrets in a language she couldn't comprehend. Desperate for answers, she implored Professor Hawthorne to help her uncover the truth behind her family's connection to the cursed mansion. Intrigued by the young woman's plight and sensing a chance to unravel more of Blackthorn Manor's enigma, Professor Hawthorne agreed to accompany Evelyn on a journey back to the mansion. Together, they braved the overgrown path that led to the outskirts of Oakwood, their footsteps crunching on fallen leaves and twigs. As they approached the looming silhouette of Blackthorn Manor against the twilight sky, a sense of foreboding gripped them both. The mansion appeared unchanged since their last visit, its windows dark and forbidding. Evelyn clutched the locket tightly, its cold metal sending shivers down her spine. Inside, the air was heavy with the scent of dust and decay. Cobwebs draped across the grand staircase, and moonlight filtered through cracked windows, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Professor Hawthorne led Evelyn through the labyrinthine corridors, following faint memories of their previous exploration. They ventured deeper into the heart of the mansion, guided by Evelyn's unsettling dreams and the cryptic clues from Lord Sinclair's journal. Finally, they discovered a forgotten chamber hidden behind a tapestry, its walls adorned with faded paintings of a bygone era. In the center of the room stood an ornate pedestal, upon which rested a weathered tome bound in cracked leather. With trembling hands, Professor Hawthorne opened the tome, revealing pages filled with intricate diagrams and alchemical formulas. Evelyn recognized the symbol from her locket repeated throughout the pages, each iteration accompanied by disturbing descriptions of rituals and sacrifices. It became clear that Lord Sinclair's obsession with immortality had not been quenched with his death, but had lingered on in the dark corners of Blackthorn Manor. Suddenly, the mansion trembled as if awakened by their presence. Shadows danced along the walls, coalescing into a spectral figure, the restless spirit of Lord Sinclair himself. His eyes blazed with spectral fury as he reached out towards them, his voice a chilling echo in the chamber. "You dare intrude upon my domain once more?" Lord Sinclair's voice echoed with a mixture of rage and sorrow. "Begone from this place before it consumes you as it has consumed me." Evelyn, filled with a sudden surge of bravery, stepped forward, clutching her locket tightly. She spoke with unwavering determination. "We seek only answers, Lord Sinclair. Release us from your curse, and let us uncover the truth that binds us to this place." The spirit hesitated, his ethereal form flickering like a candle in the wind. After a moment that seemed to stretch into eternity, he nodded slowly, his rage dissipating like mist in the morning sun. "Very well," he whispered, his voice carrying a tinge of resignation. "But know that the truth you seek may be more terrible than you can imagine." With a final gust of otherworldly wind, Lord Sinclair's spirit dispersed into the shadows, leaving Evelyn and Professor Hawthorne standing in the silence of the chamber. They exchanged a solemn glance, knowing that their journey was far from over. The secrets of Blackthorn Manor had begun to reveal themselves, but the true extent of its darkness still lay hidden in the depths of time. As they made their way back through the mansion's crumbling halls, Evelyn felt the weight of history pressing down upon her shoulders. Yet, she also carried with her a newfound sense of purpose, a determination to uncover the secrets of her family's past, and to finally lay to rest the curse that had plagued Oakwood for generations. Outside, the first light of dawn painted the horizon in hues of pink and gold. Evelyn looked back at Blackthorn Manor one last time, its silhouette against the morning sky a stark reminder of the mysteries that awaited her. With Professor Hawthorne by her side, she knew that together they would confront the shadows of the past and bring light to the darkness that had haunted Oakwood for so long. As Evelyn and Professor Hawthorne emerged from the eerie confines of Blackthorn Manor, the morning sun bathed Oakwood in a gentle warmth that seemed to dispel the lingering chill of the mansion's shadow. Birds chirped cheerfully in the nearby trees, and a sense of relief washed over them both as they stepped onto the overgrown path leading back to town. Their journey through the mansion had yielded more questions than answers. The revelations within the hidden chamber hinted at a complex web of connections between Evelyn's family and the enigmatic Lord Sinclair. The symbols from her locket intertwined with the arcane diagrams in Lord Sinclair's journal suggested a deeper, darker purpose behind his experiments and rituals. As they walked, Evelyn recounted fragments of her unsettling dreams to Professor Hawthorne, who listened intently, his mind already racing with theories and interpretations. They agreed to return to Professor Hawthorne's study to delve deeper into the newfound clues, hoping to piece together the puzzle of Blackthorn Manor and its haunting legacy. Back in the safety of Professor Hawthorne's study, surrounded by dusty tomes and flickering candlelight, they pored over Lord Sinclair's journal and the notes they had hastily scribbled during their exploration. The journal spoke of desperate experiments to harness the energies of the beyond, of rituals performed under the cover of darkness, and of sacrifices made in the name of eternal life. Evelyn's locket, passed down through generations of her family, seemed to be the key to unlocking these secrets. Its intricate design resonated with the symbols of power and transcendence that Lord Sinclair had obsessed over. But why had her ancestors kept this connection hidden? What had driven Lord Sinclair to such depths of obsession and madness? Hours turned into days as they meticulously pieced together the fragments of history, drawing parallels between Evelyn's family lineage and the events chronicled in the journal. They discovered a pattern of disappearances and tragedies that seemed to coincide with Lord Sinclair's experiments, a grim reminder of the price paid for delving too deeply into the unknown. One stormy night, as they delved deeper into their research, a knock echoed through the quiet study. Startled, Professor Hawthorne answered the door to find an elderly man standing in the rain, his features etched with worry. It was Benjamin Reed, Evelyn's grandfather and the last living relative who had experienced the haunting influence of Blackthorn Manor firsthand. Benjamin, now frail and trembling, revealed long-held family secrets that had been passed down through whispered tales and hidden letters. He spoke of a pact made by Evelyn's ancestors with Lord Sinclair, an agreement forged in desperation to protect Oakwood from a darkness that threatened to consume it. According to Benjamin, Lord Sinclair's experiments had not only sought immortality but had inadvertently awakened forces beyond mortal comprehension. Evelyn's ancestors, realizing the danger, had sought to contain the malevolent energies unleashed by Lord Sinclair's rituals. They had hidden the truth, burying it deep within the shadows of Blackthorn Manor to protect future generations from the curse that had befallen them. With Benjamin's guidance, Evelyn and Professor Hawthorne unearthed a hidden chamber beneath the mansion, a sanctum sealed with ancient wards and protective sigils. Inside, they discovered a shrine dedicated to sealing away the remnants of Lord Sinclair's experiments, a repository of forbidden knowledge and artifacts that had been guarded for centuries. As they stood in the hallowed silence of the sanctum, Evelyn felt a profound sense of connection to her ancestors and their sacrifices. The weight of centuries-old secrets pressed upon her, but she also sensed a glimmer of hope, a chance to break the cycle of darkness that had plagued Oakwood for generations. With Benjamin's blessing, Evelyn and Professor Hawthorne vowed to continue their quest to unravel the mysteries of Blackthorn Manor and to confront the lingering shadows of Lord Sinclair's legacy. Armed with newfound knowledge and a determination to protect their town, they set out on a journey that would test their courage and resolve. As they emerged from the depths of Blackthorn Manor once more, the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the landscape. But this time, Evelyn and Professor Hawthorne walked with purpose, their hearts filled with a determination to uncover the truth and to bring peace to the restless spirits that still lingered in the shadows of Oakwood. The mystery of Blackthorn Manor had become intertwined with their own destinies, a testament to the enduring power of secrets buried in the past. And as they gazed back at the mansion, its silhouette against the twilight sky seemed to hold a promise of redemption and of breaking free from the grip of darkness that had held Oakwood in its thrall for so long. As Evelyn and Professor Hawthorne continued their quest to unravel the mysteries of Blackthorn Manor, their journey took them deeper into the heart of Oakwood's tangled history. Armed with Benjamin Reed's revelations and the artifacts they had uncovered, they delved into dusty archives and consulted with elders who still remembered the whispers of a time long past. They learned of Oakwood's founding by settlers seeking refuge from distant lands, drawn to the serene beauty of the surrounding forests and hills. Yet, beneath the tranquil facade, there had always been whispers of a darkness lurking within the ancient oaks and the brooding mansion on the outskirts of town. Evelyn discovered that her ancestors had played a pivotal role in Oakwood's early history, their influence shaping the town's growth and prosperity. But with each generation, the shadow of Lord Sinclair's curse loomed larger, casting a pall over their descendants' lives and fortunes. As they pieced together the threads of the past, Evelyn and Professor Hawthorne uncovered tales of bravery and sacrifice of townsfolk who had stood against the malevolent forces unleashed by Lord Sinclair's experiments. They unearthed journals and letters that chronicled battles fought in the shadows, where ordinary men and women had dared to defy the darkness that threatened to consume their homes and loved ones. One particularly poignant discovery was the journal of Amelia Reed, Evelyn's great-grandmother, who had recorded first-hand accounts of eerie occurrences and spectral sightings near Blackthorn Manor. Her words spoke of a community united in fear yet determined to protect their way of life from the encroaching malevolence. In their pursuit of the truth, Evelyn and Professor Hawthorne faced numerous challenges. They encountered skeptics who dismissed their findings as mere folklore and superstition, and they wrestled with doubts that plagued their own minds as they ventured deeper into the unknown. But with each piece of the puzzle they uncovered, Evelyn felt a growing sense of connection to her ancestors and their struggle. She realized that their quest was not just about unraveling the mysteries of Blackthorn Manor, but about reclaiming a lost legacy of courage and resilience that had been overshadowed by fear and secrecy. One chilly evening, as they pored over ancient maps and faded photographs in Professor Hawthorne's study, they stumbled upon a revelation that would change everything. Hidden in the margins of a weathered map of Oakwood was a cryptic symbol, a mark that mirrored the one engraved on Evelyn's locket and repeated throughout Lord Sinclair's journal. "It's a ley line marker," Professor Hawthorne murmured, tracing the symbol with a trembling finger. "These lines are said to channel mystical energies across the land. If Lord Sinclair sought to harness the powers of the beyond, he would have needed to tap into these ley lines." Evelyn's heart raced with excitement and trepidation. Could this ley line hold the key to unlocking the full extent of Lord Sinclair's experiments? And if so, what dangers lurked along its path? Determined to uncover the truth, Evelyn and Professor Hawthorne set out on a journey to trace the ley line through Oakwood's ancient forests and forgotten pathways. Armed with knowledge gleaned from their research and the artifacts they had collected, they followed the ley line's subtle currents, guided by intuition and the whispers of the past. Their journey led them deep into the heart of Oakwood's wilderness, where the air was thick with the scent of pine and the distant murmur of flowing streams. They encountered ancient standing stones marked with runes of protection and passed through clearings where the energy of the ley line thrummed beneath their feet like a heartbeat. At the ley line's nexus, a clearing bathed in dappled sunlight filtered through the canopy above, Evelyn and Professor Hawthorne discovered a hidden chamber, a sacred grove where the ley line's energies converged. In the center stood a weathered altar adorned with offerings of flowers and herbs, ancient symbols etched into its surface. As they approached the altar, Evelyn felt a profound sense of awe and reverence. The ley line hummed with a palpable energy, connecting them to the mysteries of generations past and the legacy of Lord Sinclair's obsession. But their reverie was abruptly shattered by a sudden gust of wind that whipped through the grove, carrying with it a whisper, a faint, spectral voice that echoed through the trees. It was Lord Sinclair's spirit, drawn to the ley line's power and the presence of those who dared to uncover his secrets. "You seek to unravel what cannot be undone," Lord Sinclair's voice echoed, tinged with both anguish and defiance. "The darkness I unleashed cannot be contained by mortal hands." Evelyn and Professor Hawthorne exchanged a solemn glance, their resolve unshaken. They had come too far to turn back now. With a steady voice, Evelyn spoke to the spirit, her words carrying a mixture of empathy and determination. "We seek not to undo, but to understand," she said, her voice echoing in the grove. "To honor the sacrifices made, and to ensure that Oakwood's future is not overshadowed by its past." For a moment, the grove was silent, the air heavy with anticipation. Then, slowly, the spectral presence of Lord Sinclair began to fade, dissipating like mist in the morning sun. As his spirit retreated, A sense of peace settled over the grove, the ley line's energy pulsing gently beneath their feet. Evelyn and Professor Hawthorne knew that their journey was far from over. The mysteries of Blackthorn Manor and Lord Sinclair's legacy would continue to haunt Oakwood, but they were no longer bound by fear or uncertainty. Together, they would forge a new path, one illuminated by the light of truth and guided by the resilience of those who had come before them. As they left the sacred grove and made their way back to Oakwood, Evelyn felt a profound sense of gratitude for the journey they had embarked upon. The shadows of Blackthorn Manor no longer loomed over the town with malevolent intent, but instead served as a reminder of the enduring power of courage and the resilience of the human spirit. And as they looked towards the horizon, where the setting sun painted the sky in hues of orange and gold, Evelyn knew that Oakwood's future held promise and possibility. The mysteries of the past had been unearthed, but the journey to uncover their full meaning had only just begun.